Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 34 of Crusader Kings 2. As always, before I start, I'd like to say a very big thank you to my Patreon supporter Gamer Cowboy for sponsoring this entire series with his generous donation on Patreon. Thank you very much. Sorry about the week-long gap in videos. I've been away at the PC Gamer Weekender showcasing Phoenix Point, so that took quite a bit of time. And then, to borrow a phrase from Total Biscuit, I contracted the Pax Pox while I was there, so I've been recovering from that over the last couple of days. But hopefully now we can get back to a more normal recording schedule. I'm sure that before I went away I had a plan for what I was going to do on this series. I've completely forgotten what that is right now, so we're going to try and sort of work that out. I can see now remember this guy just formed like one massive kingdom, so we now only have one king here that we can fight. Do we actually have a truce against him? I don't recall. We don't have a truce against him. I've got a feeling that that may have been what I was going to go for, because he probably is in a war. Yeah, he's in the war against the revolt, which are these guys down here. Now, where is your leader? It's not you, is it? Where are you centralized? There. So if I were to declare a war on you, you're revolting. If that conflict ends, our war will end too. The forces of the Legion, the other revolters, will be hostile to our armies. We've only got border disputes and subjugation there. We do have a claim for somebody. Who are you? You're the wife of my vassal. What do you own? You own that province up there, which is not all that useful. So if we were to go to war against you specifically, do we have any direct claims? We do have a de jure claim on something. What is that de jure claim on? Let's get rid of all those border disputes. De jure claim on Thana. This over here, yes, we do. We want that because it actually makes up part of this this entire duchy, doesn't it? De jure duchies. So yes, we do have a de jure claim on Thana. So we definitely want to go for that. Okay, I think I remember what I was probably doing now. So, quick look at you again. You have yourself 3.2k men. We have ourselves 8. Yeah, we've got this one. Surely this is not a problem at all. So let's go ahead and get that sorted. Let us, declare the war. I don't think there's any point in waiting around. Do you have any allies? You do. You're opposed in a defensive patch. You've got this guy. Where are you, sir? You are all the way up here. I don't think you're going to be too much of a problem. You've only got 2.5k men yourself. That is fine. Weak claims, vast inheritance warning. Titles can be created. So we've got that duchy that we broke, and we've got the kingdom which we don't want to form yet. Ducal claims, just that one, yep. So that's the one that we want to go for. Obviously we do want to try and get that. So let's go ahead. I guess we could try and let's get the de jure duchies up again. Is there anything here that we could try and claim? I guess we could try and get a claim on one of these, but it's probably not going to happen too easily. I guess we're just going to have to try and grab what we can. It's a little bit tricky, but we can always start making a claim on the actual kingdom at some point. Let's go ahead and grab this first. Let's also go and move our guy. What have you got? 14. That's 15% chance yearly, but you're taking forever to do it. Go and make a claim over there. Let's go ahead and declare war for this province here. So we'll declare a war. We're going to use our de jure claim, so we'll do that. That's fine. War is started. Let's go ahead and bring in all of the armies. So we've got a nice number of troops here. Let's get everybody together. Gonna have a few people that are kind of out of the way. That should be everybody in. I think they've probably already got their levies raised, because most likely they're already up fighting against the rebels. You've literally got a claim there, like, instantly. 300 and odd gold. What is that a claim for? Managed to fabricate a claim on the Thakana. Sure, well, we'll use it. We'll definitely use it. I mean, we can't take that in this war, but we can definitely do it later on. An extra diplomacy. What is our current diplomacy? Current diplomacy is 8. Yeah, we could definitely do with an extra diplomacy. That is nice. Vassal levies raised too long, which is to be expected. A destitute noble from a former enemy court asks for permanent hospitality. A soldier for 60 gold. No, I don't really have the money. I don't think we need them. Especially as you can't actually see what their stats are before. This is our son. Oh, someone's conspiring to kill my son. Well, okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and look at the intrigue. Right, doesn't look like I can see anything there. Maybe they've already ended that. Maybe that's fine. Who is this? It's my cousin. Not too bothered about her. Vassal levies raised too long. That's fine. Let's go and group you guys together. We could go and split things straight up. I think what we'll do, though, is we'll just try and get sieging as quickly as possible. Matters of life and death. Summon the council. This is basically the immortality one again. Marshall has discovered a man of great military talent called Marishima who is willing to serve in my ranks. Excellent. The meeting of the minds. Organise a search party. Trust the mayor to handle it discreetly. Is my spy master. Let's get the spy master to do it. Who have we got leading this army? Troublesome peasants, that's fine. You've only got 5 skill, which is not great. You've got... I don't know about me leading the centre. You should be leading the centre. 22. I'm a 15. 13. And we'll put an 8 in... 13 and an 8. There we go. I'm just going to stay out of the combat. Try and stay alive. So let's just go ahead and start to siege some out. That's actually the rebel army. Looks like we do have some sort of illness. What have we actually got? We have ourselves some consumption down here, which is a little bit unfortunate. Sun has been growing ill. We could shut the gates, but we probably should shut the gates. Let's go ahead and shut the gates, just to be safe. Shut the gates. We need a court physician as well. Let's do that. And shut the gates. So, we've got a victory here. There's the first one down. This woman wants a small vial of blood. She is not that great, actually, so we'll leave her there. Already got 3%. Oh, has the king actually died? Is there a new... There is a new king. It's a shame we couldn't have got this war started and over with a little bit earlier, because we might have been able to have started a second war straight after, but... Oh, well. Oh, excuse me, I'm still getting over this cold a little bit. I'm a little bit rough. We do have a child that lacks an education focus, which is our son. Let's go into struggle, because we do like to try and get some martial. Promises in the dark. Your spy master finds you in the night, startling you awake. Sorry, master, but the walls have ears. I dare not come during the day. He says, somebody is on my track. I could use some help throwing them off my scent. No, don't worry. It means that we're getting close. That is a lot of money. Let's give him some, that's put us really into debt. Morale of armies will suffer. The longer this goes on, the more corruption the criminals will plague your country. We will get out of that negative. It's not too much to worry about. Let's go on and try and grab some more provinces. If we get out of this war pretty quickly, we will get the money back. Our son died of consumption, despite the fact that we actually had the gates closed. So that's a little bit of a problem. We are gaining some cash. We are losing some as well, of course. Daughter, half-sister, completed her education. 2 half-sisters, very good. So we'll keep sieging and getting money back this way. Can't stop thinking of all those prisoners in the dungeon. We could lose some karma and potentially become cruel. Let's go ahead and do it. See what happens. You can get the cruel trait that way, which can be useful. Currently gregarious. We didn't get cruel actually. We're still brave, paranoid. Definitely need to get out of this this deficit, which I'm sure we will. There's another victory. Oh, we'll go and siege out the next holding down. Less than 100 ducats in debt right now. It's another victory. Every victory we get puts more money back in the coffers because we're essentially raiding while we're doing this. Righteous imprisonment on our half-sister. What's going on here? Who's plotting to kill whom? Not terribly bothered by that. We've got auto-stop plots on anyway. So anyone that can get out of a plot will get out of a plot. There we go. Let's go ahead and start taking this. I need to keep my eye on that army. He is still fighting against the revolt, though. A mystic appears. You are almost used to your spy master visiting your chambers at the strangest hours, but you still jump when he steps out from the shadows one evening. It wasn't easy, but I've got something, my lord. He claims, perhaps it'd be foolish to investigate internal life. Let's hear the woman out. Okay. Right, so you're sieging me out down here. That's fine. You're on low morale, so I'm just going to march straight in there and attack that army, actually. So what have we got here? An intriguing encounter. The old peculiar woman introduces herself as Cleopatra. Finally a name that I can pronounce. At least this is what you think, she said. Her words are distorted with a foreign accent. She claims to possess the secret knowledge of transmuting the base metals into gold. More importantly, she tells you tales of the mysterious philosopher's stone. If you are to believe her words, it grants the maker eternal life. While you normally would not be inclined to trust a woman like this, her words do intrigue you. In any case, she looks the part, judging from her wrinkles and hunched back. She must be very old, but is she immortal? I will accept your teachings. Well, sure, we lose some karma and some temple vassal opinion, but we'll get done what we need to get done. Looks like you're marching over there, so we're going to catch you out a second time. This is our son. You need an education focus. We definitely want to stick to struggle there, I think. Always good to have High Marshal. Makes it a lot easier to sort of get nice big armies, which is ideally what you always want. He's moved over there, so he's kind of out of my lands at the moment. We still do have a budget deficit, but we're only at like minus 30-something ducats right now, so we're definitely gaining that back. This guy's definitely too busy in his other war, so I'm not overly concerned, but we definitely need to take some more land. News from China. See, again, I don't even really care about what's happening in China. Trial of the body. Cleopatra explains that you need to obtain the ingredients known as the 3 primes, the first of which is salt. When you offer to send a servant to the kitchen, she protests. The art of alchemy is not one of simply collecting ingredients and mixing potions. In order to create the philosopher's stone, you must create a better self. She wants to train you in the art of pickpocketing. That's a lot of money. Attempt to teach yourself how to pickpockets. I can't afford to spend 300 gold. So we'll go for the middle option, and we might get lucky on the check. It might not work. It doesn't always, but we need to get out of this debt. We can't afford to get into another debt. We've got an open council position for a marshal. Let's go ahead and get this guy because he's a strategist. Let's make sure he is yeah, organise the army. That is fine. Are you actually in this army? Wow, we've got nobody leading this army at the moment. This is pretty terrible. What happened to all of our commanders? Did they all just suddenly drop down dead? These are terrible, terrible commanders. This guy right here, where's he gone? The guy had a combat skill. No, that's not him. There was definitely just hired a guy who had a marshal of 1. Let's see if we can put an extra few people in here, though. Yeah, martial skill of 1, and he's got reduced morale defense, and he's craven. So we probably shouldn't let him use it. Some of these guys are pretty terrible. But it is better than nothing. You fail her quest, and she leaves the court. We gain one-handed, severely injured, and honest. Oh, right, okay. You've dressed yourself as a lowly commoner and left your guards behind. It's a strange feeling. You walk in the crowded market as if you were no one special. Instead of giving way, people walk right into you and spit curses at you as you stumble. You are starting to feel uneasy and decide to hurry up and get it over with. However, your nerves seem to have gotten the better of you, and you make a dreadful mess of your attempt. Within seconds, the spice merchant's guards are pressing your face to the ground. Don't hurt me. I am Gamer Cowboy, the second or third. You shout in panic, yes, and I am Brahma. The merchant scoffs, turns to his guards, show this dreg what we do with thieves. So we've lost a hand, And Cleopatra has left our court, which is a little bit unfortunate. Our domain is now too big. Brought some troubling news. Word spreading of the worshippers. Okay, so we need to sort that problem out there. My wife is pregnant, so a lot of stuff going on right now. Why is our domain too big? Is that because we're severely injured, or is there some sort of... Yeah, severely injured. Actually, that shouldn't be reducing that. We're mangled. Horribly wounded and now lives with a mangled body. That's not particularly great for us right now, is it? Oh well, I took the risk. I made the gamble. But I didn't have the money to give away. I've thought it over, and I cannot be the father of my wife's baby. No, trust her word. We don't need to be paranoid. Find any witches and wizards in our court. If we can get this war over and done with, it will be nice. Those troublesome peasants. We definitely want to grab this. We're already at 81%. I mean, we're getting through this quite quickly. It's a little bit annoying that we are over the domain limit. Can we actually increase that? Can we switch our rulership focus? This is stewardship. We'd lose more stewardship if we went that way. I think we leave it as it is. I don't think we're going to be able to really gain any more. What have we got here? You want to offer peace. Yep, so that automatically wins the war in my favour. What have we got going on here? This is the reason they believe that this guy is a warlock. He claims to have been found condemning scriptures. So who are you? You are married to my niece. You don't particularly... Well, she's your liege as well. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, imprison him for judgment. That's fine. Right, so, armies. Let's go ahead and... We're not at war anymore. So we will split off the retinue. And we'll disband the rest. Okay, that's good. The war's over. And we've just died. That was unfortunate. So we now have a new heir. So, let's have a quick look at what's happening. Our domain limit is a right pain. We're now Gamer Cowboy the 3rd, the 4th, just to make things a little bit more confusing. We didn't lose any titles, which is good. Did we lose any vassals anywhere? It doesn't look like we have. We've also just suddenly contracted diarrhea, which isn't great at all. So that's not useful. Let's have a look at a few things here. So, we are 8 years old. Let's go ahead and get ourselves betrothed to someone who has, hopefully, semi-decent stats. Especially someone that's got some good stewardship. That could be quite good. Do we have any geniuses? No. Do we have any attractive? Just 10 years old? 10-year-old attractive. Might be okay, actually. Let's go ahead and get a betrothal in there. We have lost... Okay, so you are our regent. We need a chancellor. Let's go ahead and grab you. We need a marshal, which will be you. We need a steward. That's you. We need a spy master. That is you. And we need a court chaplain. Okay. Let's go ahead and put all of these people into position. So our chancellor... I would like you to... I guess you've already got that claim there, which is kind of already useful to us. This thing may stay separate. Let's just have you perform in statecraft for now. You can stay where you are. Steward is going to collect taxes in our capital. Spymaster is going to go and study technology somewhere in the hope we can get something useful. You go ahead and study technology over there. You are going to proselytize and start working on... a lot of these places are like really the wrong religion, so let's go ahead and start working on these as quick as we can. Set crown focus, of course, that is something that we need to do, so we go ahead and do it in the capital. So let's set the crown focus there. That is all good. Domain is still big, but we'll be able to sort that out. You've accepted the betrothal. That is good. We are still sort of learning at the moment. You know, we don't have an awful lot here. Diarrhea is finally stopped. Well, that's a good start. 2 titles can be created still. That's fine. Dangerous factions. Counts as discontent. Nothing unusual. We've still got 6.5k troops. Looks like we now have a younger brother. That's fine. That's fine, I think. We will get out. As soon as we come of age, this whole domain limit thing will go away anyway. You've already flipped that over, but I can't move you until May. That's not too far away, actually. It's only just over a month. The peasants are becoming convinced that the Jews are behind the recent epidemic. I'm under increasing pressure from some to condemn the Jews. Something must be done. Increases the local revolt risk everywhere and reduces the tax modifier. But I don't really care. We'd lose a lot of tax if we did this. Until 902. That's a lot of provinces to lose 100% tax on. Well, I guess we take the lesser of two evils. I'm not too sure what the event chain leads to be honest. So what I would like to be able to do now is declare another war against this guy, because now I've got a new ruler. I don't technically have a truce, so we could go ahead and do that. We've lost our chaplain already. It actually works out in our favour, because now I can go ahead and take the new chaplain and get him to proselytise somewhere else. Let's send him somewhere where there isn't currently any illness. Let's go ahead and send him over there, see what he can get done. Really don't want to start this war at the moment. Despite the widespread condemnation of the Jews, I'm still not sure they are to blame for the recent epidemic. However, I need to make a decision. So we can have the civil unrest removed from everywhere, gain some gold, banish all the Jewish characters. But it reduces our diplomacy, reduces our tax modifier. No, they're not to blame. It'd be nice if the epidemic just went away and we won't have to deal with that. There are rumours that a program is going to take place in whatever this province is, despite my decree that the Jews are not to blame for the epidemic. Send troops to stop them. Civil unrest will be removed to get the furious peasants, or let them do it. Well, we don't want to lose prestige. We can have some local revolt risk and lose some tax in one area. That's not going to be too big of a deal. So I don't really care too much about that. Can we actually increase... let's have a look at our tech. We've not looked at that for a while. We can't increase our military organisation. That is a shame. Short reign years. Yes, let's go ahead and get that. That'll mean that people will like us better earlier. Can we increase our retinues? Actually, we can. If we had some more money at least. Yeah, well, we maybe need a tiny bit more. But yes, we will be able to increase the retinues fairly soon. What have we got here? You squander the gifts of the Heavenly Empire. We know that the death was at your hands. Do not think the Empire will look lightly upon this. Why is this guy locked up again? Did we kill him? Okay, we've lost some grace with the Emperor. Who, do you know what? I don't really care about, to be fair. We can't even send you a gift or do anything. You're an expansionist. The Empire's stable. We're not really concerned. Looks like most of this illness is going away. This epidemic does seem to be slowly disappearing. I think it's probably disappearing enough to open the gates. So let's go ahead and do that. So we want to open the gates. Let's go ahead and recruit a court physician again. Hope we don't have to wait long. Rangers report that a brilliant physician. Okay, so you are... That is quite good. You're a dwarf. You're an ugly dwarf. But you are deceitful. You're deceitful and wrath. Not traits you want in somebody responsible for your health, really, when you're a king. So I think we'll pass on that guy for now. Hopefully we'll get somebody better. So yeah, what we could do if I really wanted to, because this guy's only got 1.7k, 1.8k troops, we could go ahead and... No, I can't declare war there, because I'm not old enough, isn't it? Needs to be approved by the council, yes, because we're underage. But if I can declare another war, we don't have a truce. We do have a peasant revolt. That is nice. We can fix that fairly easily though, so let's just do that and make that the last thing before we end the episode. So we will raise levies where we can safely raise levies. Let's get everybody together over here. These guys we will just disband. Steward has collected a special tithe, always nice. I think what I'll try and do is avoid spending all of my money. I'll try and keep a few hundred saved up. And then that way, if we do get the opportunity to... oh dear, these generals are terrible. If we do get the opportunity to do the... Oh wow, literally we have no generals. If we do get the opportunity to do the immortality event again, I'd like to have enough money to kind of try and do it. You're just going to go over there, aren't you? I'm sick and tired of being called all sorts of names, dodging kicks and punches, and never being left alone. My tormentor is able to sniff me out and find me wherever I try to hide. I don't know if I can take it any longer. So we can gain 2 martial, or we can gain 1 diplomacy and 1 learning. No, let's have the martial. Reading a poetry book in my room, but the weather is so nice outside. There are some children playing in the sun. May lead to indolent. Or we can gain some prestige and become a poet. Poet gives me diplomacy. Diplomacy is not a bad thing. In all honesty. Can we get over there now? We've finished our education. Not really bothered about by this guy. It's my own education I care about more than anything. Let's get in here and... yeah, it looks like we're going to win that battle quite easily. Excellent. 100% on that revolt already. So the revolt ended. As always, we need to go ahead and split off the retinues, which is that army, disband the rest. We'll move the retinues back home safely. There we go. So that's not too bad. Not a particularly eventful video. We did lose our ruler, but we've done what we can. So I'm going to end the video there. Once again, a very big thank you to my Patreon supporter, Gamer Cowboy, for sponsoring this entire series with his generous donation on Patreon. It really is appreciated. I will see you guys on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.